Welcome to Intro to Art. Today is May 12th. Make sure you have your paper and your pencil and hopefully an eraser for you to complete your tasks. Your stress, so let's do a stress check. Maybe you're still at the same number that you were earlier. I feel like I improved a little bit. I went from a 3 to a 2.
Good, yeah. I'm good.
Okay, good, yay. I think that's exactly what it was. All right, so today's objectives are we're gonna learn to draw a microphone, and then we're gonna wrap lines around the circle to create a sphere and add pattern details and shade. But before we do that, we're gonna look at this one, and I thought that this picture was very interesting. If we look at this picture, what do you think is happening and how do you know? And then what caption would you give this image? Meaning, if you were to write something underneath this picture to describe what is happening, what would you write? So for this picture, what I feel like is happening based on what I'm seeing is they're having a type of horseback riding competition.
Yeah.
Not real horses. So I don't know if you've heard, but there are horseback riding competitions on real horses that go on. And this seems to be like there are a lot of girls who are riding on those fake horses and having a horseback riding competition. And it seems like one of them is competing and the rest of the girls are just watching and probably waiting for their turn. So for my caption, I would write, girls compete at a horseback riding competition. Even though it's not a real horseback riding competition. What do you think? All right, so today what we're gonna do is our task is called Get on the Microphone. We're gonna create our own version of a microphone and connect shapes to create recognizable everyday forms. So we're gonna draw both of these type of microphones and hopefully they come out looking close to that. So our vocabulary for today is cylinder. So cylinder is a tube that appears to be three-dimensional. So something that looks 3D, but it's a tube that looks 3D, that's called a cylinder. And then a pattern is when something repeats itself, right? So shapes might repeat themselves, lines or colors in a design, that's called the pattern. And a sphere is a three-dimensional form that's shaped like a ball, circular form from all possible points of view. So we go back to this circle that appears 3D, that's called a sphere. But this portion down here, that looks kind of like a cone, but I mean a cylinder. What am I saying? It looks like a cylinder. I don't know why I was thinking of cones. All right, so let's get with our drawing. Let's get started. So our very first step is going to be to draw a circle. So our next step is to add the base. So we're gonna make two angled lines. What that means is that they're not going straight down, they're going at an angle. So they're going this way. Notice they're not going straight down. And then we make another line also going that direction. And then it has to be wider at the top. So notice it's wider up here than it is here. And then we go ahead and make another line down here, but it's curved at the bottom. Right. So we go, ooh. Okay. Once you have that done, you're gonna add curved lines to show form. So our first curved line that we're gonna do on this, what we have so far, is right here. We're gonna make a curved line. And then you make another curved, you make another curved line. Okay. And then right below this circle, you want to curve another line just to add form. And then we do one down here as well. So those are 1, 2, 3, 4 curved lines that I've just created. Now our next step is to see how it quickly jumped from this.
Yeah.
So that's a little unrealistic. So what I would go ahead and do first is maybe let's make the patterns that they have. So we're gonna start here from the center at the top, and we're just gonna make lines going down this way, but don't let it cross this. So it goes like this. So we're gonna go like that,
Oh, yeah.
jump over, and then this. I think that provides a little more guidance. But they all unite at the very same spot. And then once you've done each of those lines, then you just create more lines that match up with these middle ones. So notice these middle lines that we created. You want to make some more lines that match those. And then they can start becoming a little bit, they should be about the same size. I was gonna say they should start getting a little tighter near the top, but I think it'll be okay if we just do them like this. And then the bottom ones go in that same direction. It doesn't change. You know, it's not looking much like a microphone here, but hopefully on your paper it is.
Yeah.
I need to start doing these on paper and then just showing step by step. I think that'll be better, but it's,
That looks pretty good.
go ahead and start shading. Some parts are darker than others. Oh no, don't shade with this tool. Colored in so it looks like that one, but obviously on this you can't do that. All right, so after you did your tilted rectangle, you make sure that the corners are round. I have to do mine a little bit differently with this tool. But so notice that the corners are not round. After that, we're gonna also add a line. So back here, this one has to be kind of at an angle and then make it go down. And then I'm assuming it's also gonna be curved. I don't know why it shows it as sharp, but we do something like this. And then you're gonna also add a square to the bottom of it. So you add that. Okay. Fully jumped.
Another square here.
So I think they add a line here. To make it that 3D. And then they're gonna add another line here. So what I would do is maybe make a square here first. Add the 2 lines. And then add this shape here at an angle. And then add your rectangle. So I know these are a lot of little details that are being added. Add another little shape down here. And then you go whoop and whoop. So it looks very messy, but hey, we're doing the best we can.
Yeah. This one's a little harder than the other one.
And then it does not look anything like that. But hey, you start adding lines to it. Expectation versus reality.
Yeah.
And those are just guidelines. That's why because they're supposed to fill this in.
Yes. Kind of like little squares.
going too fast.
I know,
sorry.
right?
Sorry. Slide, I just want to go quickly. I want to go over what is due. So after class, make sure to complete the do now if you haven't done that already. Remember, that's usually done before class. Make sure to submit a picture of your assignment before, I should say before 5:14, so before our next session. And then complete the do now for 5:14. So the do now that's due for Thursday, that should be up on the website as well. If you have any questions, make sure to attend office hours on Wednesdays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m.